Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The Honorable Principal of Al-Azhar Islamic Junior High School, Mr. Kasidin Asper.
The Honorable the Vice Principal of Al-Azhar 3 Islamic Junior High School, Mr. Dr. Randes Dede Hidayat.
The Honorable all of the judges, Mr. Stuart James Judd and Mrs. Nabila Ramadan.
The Honorable all of the participants of storytelling competition.
First of all, let's thank Allah for all the blessings so we can gather in this event. Let's send salawat and salam to our beloved Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has brought us from the darkness to the brightness era like today.
From all participants, let's watch the speech from the judges.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Mrs. B, the storytelling judge of Albin Cup 2022. I want to say congratulations for all participants who joined this storytelling competition from primary to junior high school. All performances are awesome. You show us the beauty of storytelling. The gesture, voice, intonation, and pronunciation, props, costume, and the time delivering the story. So it's a little bit hard to decide the winner actually, because all of you were amazing. But don't worry, if you haven't been the winner in this competition yet, just try another competition and do your best. Hopefully, you can be the winner for the next. And the point is, all of you, the participants, are the best from the other who didn't join the storytelling competition in Albin Cup this year. Okay?
Albin Cup apa yang FPL?
See you when I see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Orang bule.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Stuart, and I am the judge for both the primary and junior high Albin Cup 2022 storytelling competitions. Before I give some general feedback, I do want to congratulate each and every one of you on your storytelling performances. I found it very difficult to choose one above all others. Such was the quality of all. If you have not won, please don't be disheartened. Use it to further inspire you and try again in subsequent years. Nothing wrong with that. A loss should not be considered a loss, rather an opportunity to lick your wounds and try again. Okay? Sorry? Good. Oh, this is interactive. I do want to touch upon what I was looking for in your storytelling performances. Of course, I was looking for you to memorize the story. Here are some of the other things I was looking for. Firstly, number one, having good poise and stage presence with facial expressions and appropriate gestures and body language. 2, using good voice projection, enunciation, and expression. 3, the use of props appropriately to enrich the experience for the audience and help give clarity to support the development of the story. Lastly, the story is the appropriate length. Once again, congratulations on submitting a very good storytelling video. Well done to all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now let's watch the performances from all the participants from junior high school.
Once upon a time, in ancient Java, there was a village. Pudding was its name. Pudding was a prosperous village. The land was fertile, and the weather was always good all year round. It was on the slope of Mount Madabagu, so the climate was cool. People made their living by cultivating rice, vegetables, and fruits. The harvest was always satisfying, so the people lived a happy life. That's why every once a year they held a ceremony called Bersih Desa. It was a kind of a Thanksgiving day. It was a day when they expressed their thankfulness to God after a successful harvest. They would clean their entire village and pray together. And at night, they would have a dinner and healthier performances. One day, the villagers decided to put on a big celebrations after a marvelous harvest. But this time, they wanted something special. They wanted more meat for dinner. So they went hunting the woods just outside of the village. There, people always witnessed bird chirping melodies, deer straying on the river, buffaloes munching the grass, and so many others. But that day was a strange day. There were no animals at all. Animals were nowhere to be seen. They had searched every inch of the woods, but still their efforts were in vain. When it was almost dark, the people were just too exhausted. So they took a rest. They sat on something that looked like a rock at a big root. Everybody was silent as they were worn out and disappointed. Suddenly, someone jumped the big root with his sword. And guess what? There was blood coming out of the roots. So they tried to chop deeper, and they found meat. They chopped more and more until they were satisfied with the best full of meat. Then they went home happily. That night, the people of Panim were preparing for dinner. Just as they were preparing for the dinner, a mysterious boy came to the village. He looked poor. He begged for food to some people, but they all refused. Can't you see we're preparing for the dinner? Go, get your filthy hands out of my house, now, said one of the villagers. But, Adam, I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten for days, please. Just this time. The boy kept begging. He looked so sad as people kept adoring him.
Sambutan nyanyian ya sambutan sekolah dinas CPI gitu aja ya. Kalau yang dulu kan acaranya begitu yang sama Opik tuh
Join us for dinner tonight.
sambutan terus ada
Jam mah nggak usah ya.
Jam enggak.
Thank you. You're so kind to me. All right, I will save you. Please prepare a boat for yourself. A boat for what? Okay. I'm not about a clinking. I'm a dragon. I was meditating on the slope of Mount Babu and your people hurt me. They hurt me so bad, and now I want to take my revenge. But don't worry, I will save you. Just do as I say. Whatever will be, will be. Goodbye. Then the boy left. Just as before dinner started at the village hall, some boys were playing in the yard. Then little Clinton approached them. Hi boys, you want to play a game? Then he held a small bamboo and attached it to the ground. Whoever
Ladies and gentlemen, let's
special present from me. The first boy tried, but he couldn't make it. The next boy also tried, but he also failed. Everybody failed until this game drew adults' attention. One by one, they tried to pull the bamboo, but they all couldn't succeed. When many people had gathered, Batu Kelinting said, "May I have your attention, please?" Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Naga Batu Kelinting. I'm a dragon. That meat you eat is my meat. You chopped me, you hurt me, and now I will take my revenge. Enjoy the party. He pulled the bamboo, and amazingly, there's water comes from the ground, and it immediately flooded the entire village. The whole village sank underwater. Everybody drowned and died. Oh, but there's one survivor. The old poor widow managed to prepare a simple boat for herself. Till this day, the lake is called Rawa Paning. And for your information, Rawa means lake in Japanese. The end. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moral value of the story is, those who do good will receive protections and blessing, while those who do bad will receive a bad karma they deserve. I think that's all from me. I'm Safira from Azhar 23 Junior High School Semarang. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Nabil Novianto from Al-Azhar 36 Junior High School. And today, I want to tell you a story. The story of Malin Kunda. So, once upon a time, in a small village near a beach in West Sumatra, once lived a woman and her son. The woman's name was Mandarubaya, while her son's name was Malin Kundan. But, unfortunately, Malin Kundan's father had passed away when he was just a little baby. So, he had to work harder with his mother. Okay. As the days gone by, as Malin grew older, he decided that he wanted to work harder to get him and his mother out of this town, get them out of poverty. Just chilling in the mountains, getting a constant supply of food, peacefulness, all that good stuff. He thinks about what job he should take. And while thinking, he saw this merchant ship come by the docks. And there, he had a wonderful idea. So, he came back to his mother. And he said that, Mother, I want to be a merchant actually. I want to be a merchant and travel all around the sea. Getting money, helping people, and all that good stuff. But his mother didn't really think quite the same, because she worries that Malin will be gone for a very long time, right? And there's all sorts of crazy things in the ocean, right? There's like we got pirates are pretty scary. So she was pretty persistent about him not going out to sea. But eventually, after some time, Malin managed to convince her. But, okay. So Mandirubaya said yes. Okay, Malin, you can go out to the sea and be successful now. But if you someday actually become successful, I want you to come back to me and just, visit me back. Or send letters, or just send anything in that regard. And so, a couple of days later, Malin Kundan is at the docks with his new ship, telling his mother is died. And so, many years later, Malin did not send anything to his mother, no letters, no souvenirs, nothing like that. No. But a couple of years later, the villagers have told Malin that Malin has apparently come back and is now on the docks. Malin is very excited to see his long-lost son. Many years of waiting for this. Okay. So she comes to the docks and sees Malin, and she could not believe her eyes. Malin, her long-lost son, lost in time, is there, standing there in his own gloriness with a boatload of cash, quite literally, and a beautiful wife and everything. It was all perfect. So, Malin, where have you been? Why have you not contacted me? Why haven't you sent letters? But mother is very proud that you are like this. You are a very wealthy, healthy man. But Malin didn't think quite the same, because Malin has gathered up so much reputation. He gathered up so much ego as well. So he denies his involvement with his mother. What are you talking about, woman? You are a nobody, okay? You are not my mother. My mother is not a poor, old, dirty woman, right? Listen, it's just another woman trying to get another piece of my gloriness. And I want to blame you, but I'm gonna have to say no. So, Mandirubaya is just furious. This gal was just enraged. Malin, I am your mother. Malin, if you don't apologize right now, if you do not apologize right now, I will curse you and turn you into stone. So apologize right now, Mr. Malin, as he is just backed up, laughed, and set sail. So he is setting sail. A peaceful day. He didn't get turned into stone. It was quite peaceful, peaceful sail until it wasn't a peaceful sail. His ship covered by dark skies and raining thunderstorms. Okay, this is just the weather here. It'll just blow over until his ship struck by lightning and sending Malin flying off the boat and onto an island. There, he apologized, but it was a little too late. Like his mother said, he turned into stone. And that is the story of Malin Kunda. Okay. Moral of the story. What's the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, first of all, don't forget about service that your parents did. They've done a lot to you, and you should give them much love too. They love you, and you should give them back their love. And be kind, be honest, be patient. Don't drown in your own ego, and don't ever forget people who have supported you and helped you. And that is the story of Malin Kunda. A man once rich and powerful, just lost because he didn't have the traits to be a decent human being. So that's all from it. That's all from me, I guess. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How are you today? I hope you are great. So my name is Fatia Hauraziza and I'm from Al-Azhar 36 Junior High School, Bandung. Now I would like to tell you a story from West Java known as Ludung Kasar. Long time ago, there was a king named Prabu Tapagung who had led a kingdom in West Java for a long time. He was getting older and wanted to choose a successor. But unfortunately, he had no son. So he thought of choosing one of his daughters, Purbararang and Purbasari. But again, it wasn't an easy choice because they were both very pretty and smart. The difference only their temperament. Purbararang was shrewd and dishonest, while Purbasari was kind and caring. So, for that consideration, Prabu Tapagung chose Purbasari to be his successor. Hearing that, Purbararang didn't agree with her father's decision. It used to be me, Dad. I'm the eldest daughter, said Purbararang. There are many other qualities that you must possess, explained Prabu Tapagung wisely. What Purbasari have that I done? Asked Purbararang. You'll find out when Purbasari has replaced me, said Prabu Tapagung. After that argument, Purbararang came back to her room. Is there anything wrong? Asked Indrajaya, future husband of Purbararang. Father chose Purbasari to be his successor, and not me. I'm upset. I have to do something. And after that, driven mad by her anger, Purbararang came to the witch and tell the witch to sand brush all over Purbasari's body. And that night, before going to bed, Purbasari started to feel itch all over her body. She tried to apply powder all over her body, but it's no use. Then, in the next morning, there are a lot of scratch marks all over Purbasari's body. Ew, you must have done something really awful. Look at that. Oh, you must have been punished by the gods, said Purbararang. And that makes Purbasari feel very upset. And that day, the whole kingdom was scandalized. After knowing that, Prabu Tapagung suddenly ordered Purbasari to go to the woods with a messenger. The messenger then built a simple hut to Purbasari live in the woods. And after the messenger left, suddenly the black monkey came to Purbasari's hut with a bunch of bananas. Are the bananas for me? Asked Purbasari. And the monkey just nodded as he could understand what Purbasari said. And there were many animals that looked on. And finally, Purbasari took the bananas with pleasure and she also said thanks. And then they become friends. Although Purbasari was lived alone in the woods, she never lacked of supplies. Because every day there are a lot of animals that came to Purbasari's hut to bring a lot of fruit or fish to eat. A long time has passed since Purbasari was banished to the woods. But her body still itched. So one night, in a full moon, the monkey suddenly took Purbasari to go to the valley. And there was a pond with hot spring water. And suddenly, the monkey spoke. This pond water will heal your skin. And of course, then Purbasari was surprised. Who are you? You can't speak. Purbasari. But the monkey just answered, "You'll find out in time." So for that, Purbasari didn't force the monkey. She just walked to the pond and take a bath there. After a few hours, Purbasari walked out of the pond and she was shocked. She was shocked to see her face reflection at the pond water. Her face is beautiful again with smooth and clear skin. She shouted in joy and quickly offered thanks to the god and of course to the monkey. Purbasari's condition quickly spread to the kingdom. But Purbararang would accept Purbasari to go to the palace again if Purbasari's hair was longer than hers. Then Purbararang just let her hair down, and it was so long it almost touched the ground. But it turned out when Purbasari's hair was twice longer than hers. And then Purbararang just said, "Okay, fine. Your hair is longer than mine, but there is one more condition that you must fulfill. Do you have any handsome future prince, just like mine, future husband, fiancé?" And then that makes Purbasari very sad. So without much time, Purbasari pulled the black monkey beside her. Indrajaya and Purbararang burst out. But their ladder didn't last long. Because suddenly, the black monkey meditates and transformed into a very, very handsome young man. "I am a prince from kingdom far away. I was cursed to be the monkey because the mistake that I have done. I will transform again to be my true form if there is a young lady who will be willing to be my wife," said the young man. And after that, Purbararang just gave up. And then she accepted Purbasari to be the queen. She also confessed everything that she had done. But instead of being angry, Purbasari forgave her sister. "It's okay, sis. I forgive you." And after that, Purbasari became queen. And beside her, there was a very handsome prince, the four-legged monkey, known as Lutung Kasar. The end. Okay, the moral value of this story is, you shouldn't be greedy to anyone. Be patient and please be kind, because kindness will bring us good fortune. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Untitled Chapter from class 7-1, and today I'll be telling the story of Lutung Kasar. Once upon a time, there was a great old king. He was going to retire as king, and his name was Prabu Tapabu. He had two daughters, the youngest one called Purbasari, and the oldest one called Purbararang. He wanted Purbasari to replace his place and be queen of the kingdom. Purbararang didn't want that. "I'm the oldest, I should be the queen. Why is she the queen and not me? It's not fair," she said. But the king ignored her words, and he still chose Purbasari to be the queen. So, one day, Purbararang and her fiancé went to go find a witch to cast an evil curse on Purbasari because she was so upset. She went to find a witch, and when she found the witch, she told the witch her evil plan. "I want to cast this curse on my sister because she's the queen and I should be the queen." So, the witch did what she told her. When her and her fiancé came back to the kingdom, her plan worked. Purbasari was covered in awful spots. Purbararang said, "Ha! Now that you're covered in black spots and you're ugly and I'm more beautiful, I should be the queen and rule the kingdom, not you. You should go to the jungle where you belong." Purbasari ran to the jungles, crying. And Purbararang went to her father, and she said, Purbasari now has black awful spots, and I should be the queen because I'm more beautiful. The father agreed. So, Purbarang is now the queen of the kingdom. But the uncle of Purbasari followed Purbasari to the jungle. He said, I will build you a hut, and I'll give you food every once in a while. Purbasari said, okay. So, one day, while she was spending her time with the jungle animals, she saw a monkey staring at her. She was confused. Hello there. And the monkey answered, hi, he was shocked. You can talk? The monkey explained that he was actually God, the God sent to the jungle. And Purbasari was happy that she has a friend with her and that she could talk to the monkey. One day, while Purbasari wanted to go to sleep, the monkey, called Lutong Kasarong, was praying near a dried up river. He said that he wanted the river to rise up with water again, so that when Purbasari bathes in the water, her curse will be cured. So the monkey prayed and prayed, and in the morning, his prayers came true. So he told Purbasari to go bathe in the river, and when you finish, your black spots will disappear. So Purbasari did what the monkey said. She bathed in the river, and he was right. The black spots were gone, and her face was clear again. So, while her and the monkey went back to the hut, the uncle who was delivering her food was shocked. What? You're cured. How is that possible? And the uncle insisted that Purbasari went back to the kingdom and ruled as queen.
Hello.
But she didn't want to.
Yes.
She wanted to be with jungle animals. She said she was more comfortable in the jungle with her friends. But the uncle insisted, you should rule. You should be the one who will be the queen, not Purbarang.
Yes.
So, Purbasari said,
gimana?
but in one condition.
Ya,
I
lalu.
can bring the monkey with me. The uncle said, of course, anything to bring you back. So, we were walking back to the kingdom, Purbasari, the monkey, and the uncle. While she was coming back, Purbarang saw her. What? How is that possible? I cursed you. You should be ugly. So, Purbarang challenged Purbasari. Whoever has the longest hair wins and will be the queen. Purbasari accepted the challenge. But she was anxious because she always knew that Purbarang had longer hair than her. But since Lutong Kasarong was a god, he prayed that Purbasari could win. And it worked. Purbasari had longer hair than Purbarang. She was cross. How could this be? So she had one more challenge. Whoever had the most glorious and good-looking partner would win and be queen. Purbarang knew that she would win because Purbasari didn't have anyone. So she giggled. Ha! You will never win this challenge. But Purbasari was smart. She remembered Lutong Kasarong was a god. So she said, well, this monkey is my partner. Purbarang and her fiancé laughed. The monkey? Your partner? That's ridiculous. It's a monkey. The monkey was upset. So he prayed and prayed again. And his prayers came true. He was a full-grown man again. And he was way more glorious, wise, and better looking than Purbarang's fiancé. What? That's not possible. It was a monkey before, said Purbarang. But Purbasari was happy. Purbarang said, well, now that I've lost, I should probably go away from this kingdom since you won. But Purbasari was kind enough, and she said, since you are my sister, I will let you stay. And I have forgiven you. Purbarang cried and she was so happy that she was forgiven. She apologized once again. I'm so sorry for everything that I've said to you and what I've done to you. I hope that I'll be a better sister from now on, she said. So, Purbasari is now the queen, and she married Lutong Pasari, while Pubarang and her fiancé lived along her side. And they lived happily ever after. The end. And the moral of the story is that you should always be forgiven, that you should always forgive, and to not do evil things to other people, because in the end you will get what you deserve. Thank you for listening to the story. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges and all of my friends. Hello, I'm Nadia Ardian from Al-Azadin 3 Junior High School, Semarang. In this special occasion, I'm going to tell you an Indonesian fairy tale entitled The Story of Timun Mas. Happy listening, everyone. A long time ago, there was a woman named Boksrini. She lived alone because her husband had passed away and she had no children. Every day, she would pray to God to give her a child. Oh God, please give me a child. I always try to be patient waiting for it. If you do not give me a child, who will take care of me when I get older? Please answer my prayer. But one day, a giant named Butoijo passed her house and heard her prayer. Mostly, I will give you what you want, but in one condition. You must give the child back to me when he or she turns 6 years old, he said. Are you sure, Butoijo? Asked Mosrini with a big hope. Mosrini was so happy, but she did not think about the risk of losing her child later, and agreed to the giant offer. Then Butoijo gave her a bunch of cucumber seeds. Here, plant this around your house, ordered him. Thank you so much, Butoijo. Thank you so much. Bosrini felt satisfiedly grateful. Butoijo then left without saying goodbye. And the next morning, Bosrini planted the cucumber seeds. The seeds grew within several days and blossomed plentifully. Not longer after that, a big golden cucumber grew from plants. In a hurry, Bosrini plucked the golden cucumber and carried it home carefully. Ooh, this cucumber is very heavy. Where's the knife? Ah, here it is. Then she sliced the cucumber very slowly and carefully. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a beautiful baby girl. Thank God. I'm gonna give you a special name because you were born from a cucumber. Timun Mas. Yes, you are Timun Mas. I love you so much. Years passed by, and Timun Mas had grown to be a lovely and beautiful little girl. She was also smart and kind. Bosrini loved her very much, but she kept thinking about the time when the giant would take Timun Mas away from her. Oh my God, what if Butoijo take Timun Mas back? I don't want it to happen. Bosrini felt sad, so she thought of a strategy to trick Butoijo so she wouldn't lose her daughter. And finally, she came up with an idea. One day, Butoijo visited Bosrini and asked to eat Timun Mas. Bosrini said to Butoijo to come another day and lied to him. She told him that Timun Mas didn't feel well on that day. Bosrini, who has taken Timun Mas as her soul-told daughter to run away, she packed her 4 little bags, each of them containing cucumber seeds, needles, salt, and shrimp paste. Those can protect her from Butoijo. On the next day, Butoijo came to Bosrini and found out that Timun Mas had run away. He chased her and found her on the way she ran. Butoijo was getting closer and closer. So Timun Mas opened her first bag. Inside the bag were magic cucumber seeds. So she threw the seeds and instantly they grew into a large cucumber field. But Putoijo ate them all, giving him more strength. Timun Mas then continued her run. She took the second bag with the needles and spilled them behind her. The needles turned into sharp and thorny bamboo trees. Putoijo's body was scratched and bled. Timun Mas then reached into the third bag and spilled the salt inside. The ground with lots of salt turned into a deep sea. Putoijo almost drowned and had to swim across the sea. After some time, Putoijo managed to get up from the water. Timun Mas saw the giant coming, so she took the last bag. She took the shrimp paste and threw it. The shrimp paste became a swampy of boiling mud. Putoijo was trapped in the middle of the mud. The mud surely but slowly drowned him. Putoijo then roared out, "Help! Help!" Then he drowned and died. She hardly went back to her mother's house. Both Boksrini and Timun Mas were so happy that they could get out from such situation. And they lived happily since then till the rest of their lives. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from this story we can take some lessons. First, do not make promises we can't keep. Second, we need to be brave and cunning to protect ourselves from danger. And last, kindness will defeat the villainy. Well, I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for your attention. Hopefully, this story can be amusing. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, dear teacher and the judges. I'm very happy today because in a special opportunity, I can stand up in front of you to tell about Indonesian story. And the title of my story is Roro Jonggrang. I really need your attention to listen of my story. Now let me begin. Long time ago, there was a kingdom named Prambanan. All the people of Prambanan lived peacefully. But then, Prambanan kingdom was attacked and occupied by Pengging kingdom. Prambanan then was ruled by Banu Bondowoso of Pengging kingdom. He was a mean king. He also had great supernatural power. The soldiers were not only humans, but also genies. The king of Prambanan had a beautiful daughter. Her name is Roro Jonggrang. Banu Bondowoso fell in love with her and wants to marry her. "You're very beautiful. Would you be my queen?" said Banu Bondowoso. Roro Jonggrang was shocked. She didn't like Banu Bondowoso because he was a mean person. But she afraid Banu Bondowoso would be angry and endanger the people of Prambanan. But she came up with a plan. "If you wanted to marry me, you have to just build me a temple, 1,000 temples in just one night," said Roro Jonggrang. "What? That's impossible," said Banu Bondowoso. But he didn't give up. He consulted with his advisor. "Your Majesty can ask the genies to help him build a temple." So Banu Bondowoso summoned his entire and commanded them to help him build 1,000 temples. The genies worked in unbelievable speed. Meanwhile, Roro Jonggrang heard from her servants that the building of 1,000 temples was almost finished. She was so worried, but she had a good idea. "Please, prepare a lot of straw and make some noise pounding the portal. Please, hurry up!" Pounding the straw and burning, making the genies think the sun is going to rise. "It's already done. We have to go," said the leader of the genies to Banu Bondowoso. All the genies immediately stopped their work and ran for cover from the sun, which they were afraid of. They didn't know that the light was from the fire that burning the straw, not from the sun. Banu Bondowoso can't stop the genies from leaving. He was angry. He knew Roro Jonggrang had just tricked him. "You cannot fool me, Roro Jonggrang.
I have already had 999 temples, and I just need one more temple. And now I will make you 1,000 temples. He pointed his finger to Rarajongrang, and Rarajongrang's body turned into stone. Until now, the temple is still standing in Prambanan area, Central Java, and the temple is called Rarajongrang Temple. So the moral of the story is don't cheat to each other. Okay, dear teacher and the judges, I think that all what I could tell you for this time being, and thank you very much for your attention of the listen of my story. And goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi friends and teachers, let me introduce myself. My name is Sausan Tahira. You can call me Rara. I'm a student of the 8th grade of Al-Azhar 23 Palembang. Now, I would like to tell you a story about mouse deer and crocodile. Let me start now and enjoy it. One day, in the big forest, there were a lot of animals. One of them is the mouse deer. This mouse deer known for its intelligence. Besides that, he was also very friendly. Hello, duck. You look so happy when swimming there, said the mouse deer. Hi, mouse deer. Yeah, I really like the water here. It's so fresh, replied the duck. All animals there really welcome the mouse deer. They like the mouse deer very much. Hi, mouse deer. Good morning, said the monkey. Morning, monkey. You look so cool, replied the mouse. Hi, mouse dear. Did you just walking around this morning? Said the turtle. Yeah, turtle. The air is so nice today, said the mouse deer. However, if the animals in the forest have a problem, the mouse deer always try to find the solution. During the mouse deer walk around the forest today, there was a problem. When he tried to find the source of the weird sound, it turned out that the chicks had fallen into the hole. Ah! Help me, please! Anybody, help, please! Said the chicks. They couldn't get out of the hole because the ground was too deep, so they couldn't jump out. Don't worry, I'm coming to help you guys, said the mouse deer. Then he jumped into the hole to help the chicks. Get on my shoulder, we will get out of this hole, said the mouse deer. The chicks got on his shoulder one by one. Then the mouse deer jumped out the hole easily. Thank you very much, Mr. Mouse Deer, said the chicks. With my pleasure, said the mouse deer. Take care, Mr. Mouse Deer. Bye-bye, said the chicks. However, the mouse deer continued his journey. The farther mouse deer walked, the more thirsty he felt. Oh, I'm so thirsty. I want to drink fresh water, said the mouse deer. Then the mouse deer saw a river not far away from him. He went down to the river to take a drink. But he knew that the crocodile might be waiting underwater to eat him. So he said out loud, I wonder if the water is warm. I'll put in my leg and find out. Of course, Mouse Deer didn't put in his leg. He took out his leg instead and pulled it into the water. Crocodile grabbed the stick and pulled it underwater. Mouse Deer laughed. Ha 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 ha, stupid crocodile. Can you tell the difference between a stick and a leg? Then Mouse Deer ran off to drink somewhere else. And the next day, Mouse Deer wanted to cross the river. He wanted to eat the fruits on the other side of the river. He saw a floating log in the river. He knew that crocodile looked like a log when he floated. Mouse Deer didn't want to be eaten by crocodile when he crosses the river. He had an idea. He called out loud, "Crocodile!" Crocodile rose from the water. "Hello, Mouse Deer. Have you come to be my lunch?" Mouse Deer smiled. "Sorry, not today, Crocodile. I have order from the king. He wants to invite all the crocodiles in this river to a party. He wants me to catch all the crocodiles so he can prepare enough meal for you." "Really? Tell us what to do," said Crocodile. "You must line up from this side of the river to the other side," said Mouse Deer. Crocodile then got all his friends and family. They lined up across the river. Mouse Deer then jumped onto Crocodile's back. One, he counted. He jumped onto the next crocodile. Two, and the next crocodile. Three. Mouse Deer kept jumping until they arrived on the other side of the river. "How many are there?" asked Crocodile. Just enough," said Mouse Deer. He laughed as he ran to the forest. The moral of the story is to be clever and think before doing something, as well as the cleverness of the Mouse Deer. I think that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The honorable judges, teachers, and my fellow friends. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Una. Today, I will tell you a story about Timun Mas. Once upon a time, not far from the jungle, a widow lived alone with no one by her side. She was always longing for the presence of a child to brighten her days. Every day, she prayed and prayed for the company of a sweet child. But one night, while she was praying, a giant passed her house. The giant heard her prayer. Don't you worry, old woman. I can give you a child. But you must return the child to me when she has reached the age of 17. The widow was astonished to hear this and was very, very, very happy indeed. She didn't think about the risk of losing her child later on in the future and spontaneously agreed to take the offer without any hesitation. Soon after, the giant gave her a bunch of cucumber seeds. The widow planted them very carefully. It was not long after that a big golden cucumber grew beautifully. Once it was ripe, to the widow's surprise, she found a beautiful girl inside the cucumber. It was then she decided to name the child Timun Mas, which means a golden cucumber. Years passed by, and Timun Mas has evolved into a beautiful young lady. On her 17th birthday, Timun Mas was overwhelmingly happy. However, the widow, on the contrary, was very distressed. She realized it has now come for her to keep her promise to the giant, but the tremendous love and happy time she had spent with her daughter made her think of ways to avoid the giant. Soon enough, the giant fulfilled his promise and entered into their house. "Oh, old woman! Oh, where's your daughter?" daughter to leave the house and run away from the giant. So take this bag and run away. I've never been so scared like this. No, nobody but you can keep you safe. You must run away. Run, Timun Mas! Run, my child! Save your life! The giant was angry. He knew the widow wanted to break her promise. He chased Timun Mas away. He was getting closer and closer. Stop, you foolish child, or I will eat you! I will not give up. You can't force me to be yours. I won't surrender to you. All I know is I will not give up. You'll never catch me, you mean giant. Timun Mas looked for anything she can find to help her. She then remembered her mother gave her a small pouch. She reached to the depth of the pocket and then opened the pouch. To her surprise, there was a handful of what looks to be salt. She threw the lot and prayed for a miracle. Her eyes watched as the groan of salt turned into a patch of water and grew larger and larger behind her as she kept on running away. She took a glance and saw that the patch of water had turned into an ocean. The giant tried with all his might to catch up to her as he starts to swim across the sea. Ha 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 ha! You think you can run away from me? Not ever! Ha 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 ha! Come on, I'll get you now! Timun Mas kept on running away as her heart pounded heavily and her knees started to weaken. She knew she desperately needed more miracles to survive this deadly chase. With her eyes tightly closed, she tried to reach into another pocket and glided her fingers deep to take whatever it had inside. She then found pieces of chili. Without any hesitation, she threw it behind her as he ran forward. She was expecting it to turn into another miraculous sight, and so it did. It became a jungle with trees that had sharp thorns all over. The giant was extremely mad at the situation. His face turned red with anger and hate. He picked up his speed and pushed himself through the forest to catch up to Timun Mas. These dogs won't kill me! He shouted as he took more gigantic leaps towards the giant. The mighty giant proved he was still able to catch up to Timun Mas. Timun Mas was frightened and started to feel like this might be the end of her life. She stopped to catch her breath as she felt a drop of tear rolling down her cheeks. She knew there was only one place left for her to try and find a way out. She stretched her hands to the back to take whatever might be in her back pocket and hope for another miracle. It was a shrimp paste. She threw it as far behind her as she could and watched the paste turn into a big sticky swamp. Her watery eyes widened with hope. To her expectation, the giant soon caught up and appeared. Oh no! What is this? It's disgustingly sticky and what is this fishy smell? Timun Mas, I swear I will swallow you as soon as I catch you! The giant was not going to give up now. He was still trying to swim across the swamp, but although his anger was raging, his body trembled and weakened. No! No, 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 no! This can't be! Nobody can challenge my will! No! last as he sunk deeper. The swamp had pulled him to the bottom due to his own rage. The giant had disappeared. Timunmas cried happy tears as she rushed back home to her mother. The widow was in tears as she watched her beautiful child return safely. Like all fairy tales, this story is bound to have a happy ending. Yes, surely, the widow and Timunmas lived happily ever after. That's the end of the story. The moral of this story is, a mother's love is miraculous. And we must also never give up on all the problems we have in life, because every problem must have a solution, if only we have faith. With Allah as our source of strength and refuge, nothing is gigantic enough. Thank you for listening to my wild story of miracles. I hope you like it as much as I do. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges, my name is Intan Aulia Zahra. I'm from Al-Azhar 10, Kembangan. Today, I want to tell you one of the folklores from Indonesia called The Origin of Lake Toba. Here we go. Long time ago, there lived a young man named Toba who was an orphan. One day, he works as a farmer and sometimes looks for fish in the river, which is not far from his hut. The fish he catches are usually used as a side dish for daily meals, and the rest is sold to the market. One day, when Toba fished in the river, he really hoped to get a big fish, so he could immediately cook it and make it a side dish. I really hope to get a big fish. Toba's hopes were finally fulfilled, because shortly after, the fish caught his hook. Seeing this, Toba was very happy and immediately pulled the fishing line. Then, a large fish caught in his fishing line. For a moment, Toba see the fish he caught. Oh God, what fish is this? Toba mumbled. Yes, Toba felt the fish was strange, because in his life he had never seen a fish that had a yellowish color with the golden scales. The scales on that fish also looked shiny when exposed to the sunlight. Then a miracle suddenly happened. The fish transformed into a woman with a beautiful face. Seeing this, Toba was shocked and stood up with wide eyes and gaping his mouth. Wow, so beautiful. The fish incarnate woman named Putri, and Toba immediately introduced his name. Fascinated by Putri's beauty, Toba finally explained his desire to marry the woman. Well, Putri, will you marry me? Asked Toba. Well, of course, I'm ready to be your wife, sir. But as long you are willing, you also fulfill one condition that I propose, right? Replied Putri. Oh, yeah, of course. What condition do you want? Mention it. I'm sure that I will fulfill it, said Toba. Well, I only have one request. Please do not ever mention that I come from fish. Oh, sure, okay. I will keep these secrets close. These secrets only the two of us know, okay? Said Toba. After fulfilling the request, Toba and Putri were finally married. Both of them lived happily, even in simplicity. And their life was more complete by the birth of their son, who was named Samosir. Samosir grew into a healthy and strong child. However, unfortunately, he is a bit naughty and lazy. His job is just sleeping. Nor does he care or want to help his father working in the field. In fact, even to just deliver the food to his father, Samosir often refuses. Until finally one day, Samosir was asked by his mother to deliver the food to his father. Although at first Samosir was lazy, he finally wanted to do it after his mother insisted. Samosir, can you please deliver this food to your father right now? Oh, mother, I'm so lazy. Can you just please give me some time to rest? Don't be lazy, boy. Just deliver this food to your father right now. Go. Oh, fine. Samosir brought the food to the field. But on the way, he felt very hungry. He then stopped in his tracks and ate the food that was supposed to be for his father. I was so hungry. Wait, I got the food. Wow. It's so delicious. I really want to eat it. It's so delicious. I am so full. Let's go continue. Arriving at the field, Samosir gave the food to his father. Toba, who felt very hungry because he had been working since the morning, immediately opened the lunch. However, he was surprised that there was a little food left for him. Why do I have a small amount of food left, Samosir? Asked Toba. Well, I was so hungry on the road, father. Therefore, I ate some ration of food, but I didn't finish all of it, did I? There are still some food in there, answered Samosir with his innocent face. Toba's anger was getting higher, and finally, he couldn't hold back his passion. Naughty boy, let me tell you something, kid. You are a descendant of fish, cursed Toba. Hearing the curse, Samosir was very surprised and immediately ran to the house. And then he told his mother his father's curses. Hearing her son's complaint, Samosir's mother was very sad. Unexpectedly, if her husband broke his oath not to mention it came from fish. And then Samosir and his mother helped each other. In an instant, they both disappeared. After that, a miracle happened. The footprints of Samosir and his mother were left, spurting very heavy water. From the ground, the water are sprayed as if non-stop, and it became flooded surface from the ground. Then a very white lake was formed in that place. Until now, people call it as Lake Toba, and the small island in the middle of Lake Toba is called Samosir Island to remind the Toba sun. So, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the stories are: first, we must keep our promise. Second one, we must be patient in all conditions. And the last one, regret happens at the end. So think before you speak. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for hearing my story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Gafawidi Satya Lasman and I'm from 169 Junior High. I would like to present a story which is one of the most popular folklore from West Sumatra. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's the legend of Malin Kundan. Are you ready? Alright, let's begin. A long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West Sumatra, lived a widow and her only son, named Malin Kundan. Malin Kundan was a handsome, diligent, and strong boy. He always helped his mother to earn money by fishing, because they were living in poverty. Malin Kundan dreamed to be a successful person to help his mother. One day, a large ship of a rich merchant docked nearby. Malin Kundan asked to join the ship's crew to make his dream come true. He went home to tell his mother and asked her to allow him to join the crew. Mom, what if I join to sail overseas? Asked Malin Kundan. Dear son, please don't leave me alone here. You are my only child. His mother was so sad to hear that. But Mom, if I stay here, I won't have a better life. Look Mom, I promise to come back for you. Malin Kundan tried to convince his mother. Malin's mother wiped her tears and took a deep breath. I can't stop you, my son. Just go. I will pray. May God always protect you and gain success in life, said his mother wisely. In the next morning, Malin Kundan was ready to go. It had been years since Malin Kundan left his mother. His mother never heard any news from him. However, she kept praying and waiting for her son to come home safely. One day, a large ship arrived in the ship dock. When the large ship put over, Malin's mother saw a wealthy man who was stepping down a ladder along with his beautiful wife. Malin's mother was surprised to see the wealthy man's face. It turned out to be her one and only son, Malin Kundan. Malin's mother ran to hug her son. Oh my son, Malin, you are safe. Malin was surprised to see his mother, but he was too ashamed to admit that the old lady is his own mother in front of his beautiful wife. Who are you? I don't know you. My mother passed away when I was a child. Said Malin Kundan. Malin's mother took a step back. Malin, my son, what do you mean? Don't you remember me? Malin, do you know this dirty old woman? Asked his wife. Malin Kundan then ordered his bodyguard to take the old woman away. Guy, take this old and dirty woman out of my sight. Malin, your mother, why do you treat me like this? She sobbed. She cried and shouted, Oh God, if he is my son, I curse him into a stone. After that, the calm wind began to blow so hard that a storm full of thunder came. The thunder struck Malin Kundan and turned him into a stone. But What happened? I'm so sorry, Mom. To see her son turn into stone, Man's mother shouted, Malin, no! Oh, I'm so sorry, my son. She regretted to cast the curse to Malin Kunda. So, the moral of the story is always treat your parents with respect, especially your mother, because parents always struggle to raise you, to gain you a better future. Thank you for watching my story. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Fernanda Novianti. Now I'm in 8th grade in SMP Negeri 169 Jakarta. Now I'm gonna do storytelling with the title is The Dumb Tiger and the Smart Deer. I will start. One day in the past, there was a deer and the tiger met in the woods. Tiger said, "My cousin said to me, your meat is so very tasty. Now I have a chance to taste it." Deer turned at the right and left. He had to find the reason the tiger cannot get him. Then he saw a lump of mud under the tree. "Do not," said the deer. "I'm keeping my king cakes." He struggled toward the mud clumps. Tiger was very hungry, saw the mud clumps. "Cake kings, it seems very good. I want to try it." "Do not. Later, the king will be angry," said the deer while facing Tiger in front of the moon. "Just a little," said the tiger. "You cannot. Come on. The king will do now. I eat a little." "Okay, but let me go first. I don't want to be blamed." "Go," said the tiger. Deer did not waste opportunity. He sped away. Tiger immediately swallowed the king's cake and took a bite. Roar! Tiger mood sweeping from his mouth. "Here's the mood," said the tiger. "Dear, you lied to me. I see you again. I will not forgive you." The next day, the deer packed round into the jungle and meet the tiger. "Well, so I see you again, dear meat," said tiger. Deer returned to find a way. He saw a beehive that is located not high from there. You don't know. Now I'm waiting at Drum King's. If I leave my jobs, someone must hit it." And the king was furious. "I don't believe you. You're lying. Where's the Drum Kings around here?" "Of course, there is. That is over there," said the deer, pointing someplace. Tiger saw the round object and was dependent on the low tree branch. "It's also," said the deer, said to himself, Tambour belongs to the king. How the sound like?" "Mouse deer," said the tiger. I Ferguson's hated it, huh?" "Do not. Later, king angry." "Then you go first." "I hit it,"
That way, King doesn't get angry, said the tiger. Alright, remember, wait until I was need the far drums, then you can hit it, huh? Said the deer. Deer once again escaped from dangers. He immediately fled. Tiger waited a few moments later, approached to behave. He hit it hard, hoping to hear the sound of melodies and the loud drums. But the drums didn't behave. The behavior started. From immediate thousands bees that stung him mercilessly. The beavers continued the chase to the tiger. Ounce, ounce! How dare you, dear? You tricked me again. Tiger running to the bee was angry that keeping bursting and stung. Tiger finally jumping into the pool, then bees leave it. Then whole body of the tiger was the swelling due to the bee's stung. A few days later, Tiger saw the deer lying under the tree. Without waiting longer, he pounced the deer. Deer struggled. Let me go. Because of you, I scolded the king. He gave it the last chance. If I played again to run my job, finish my story. What kind of the tax? Do you think you can fool me again? This time, I really wanted to eat deer meat, said Tiger. You don't see, I'm keeping the bell of the king. Bell? Where? See, under the tree. Tiger approached the tree. Tiger he saw a pretty big bell roll up in the tree. Tiger approached there again. Very good. I definitely to wear it. I try it. Should not, said the deer. Very soon, no one will never know. Can I? I tried to build and then put it back. Deer pretended to think hard. Come on, said Tiger. You want to try the bell? I don't have the heart to refuse, said the deer. Alright, but you have to be quick. Do not let anyone see you wear it. Tiger is nodded and immediately took the bell king. And wrapped it around his waist. How shocked he saw was not the bell, but the big snake. The snake was strictly caused him, and the longer and costly things calls. Tiger struggled, but could not escape. Her breathing began to feel claustrophobic. Finally, he tried to beat the snake tail. Snake in the pain and relaxed the coil so the tiger can escape. Tiger had realized the deer so smart. And the moral of the story is never underestimate someone's ability. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Vanessa Envia. I'm from Al-Azhar 25 Junior High. Today I'll be telling you a legend named Timun Emas. Long ago lived an old lady named Mbok Sirni. Her husband passed away not long ago.
In the middle of the woods, she looked up in the sky and then she prayed, Ya Allah, I beg of you, please, please grant me a child of my own. If not, who's going to take care of me someday? She said. But then, somewhere near her, she heard a loud noise. Bam, 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 it goes like, and a roaring sound much louder than a lion's. Buto Ijo showed up. With his fearsome look, he laughed hysterically. Then he looked down at Mbok Sirni. Oh, Mbok Sirni, I can grant you a child, but on one condition. You must give it back to me when it is 6 years old. Mbok Sirni was happy, but she did not think of the fact that she's going to lose her child as well. Mbok Sirni said, Are you sure, Buto Ijo? Buto Ijo handed out cucumber seeds. Plant these in your house, he said. Mbok Sirni took it. Then Buto Ijo left her and laughed out loud. Mbok Sirni went back to her house, plant everything, and wait for the next day. Days have passed, and every seed begins to grow. And it is time to harvest. So Mbok Sirni grabbed her basket. Then she went to her garden filled with cucumbers. But what's this? Only one cucumber that is big, and it's made of gold. She went back, but it was too heavy for her to pick up. So she grabbed a knife and then she cut it open. And inside was a beautiful baby girl. Oh, a beautiful baby, she said. She was happy and grateful. But then she looked again at the baby. She said, I should give you a name. You were born from a golden cucumber, so your name must have been Timun Emas. Yes, your name shall be Timun Emas. I will protect you for the rest of my life, and I will love you. And Timun Emas grew. Years have passed, and she became a beautiful young lady. Everyone in the village loved her, but Mbok Sirni is actually still afraid as well that Buto Ijo will come and take her away. And at that night, Buto Ijo came. He said, Mbok Sirni, it's time to keep your promise. Give Timun Emas back to me. Mbok Sirni denied. She said, she's still a young child, her flesh is still not good enough. Can you please wait for a few more years? Buto Ijo said, very well then, and left. That night afterwards, Mbok Sirni had a dream and when she woke up, she told Timun Emas everything. She said, Timun Emas, I had a dream last night, and that in order to protect you, I must meet the holy man in Mount Gurdul. Timun Emas was shocked, so she said, what do you mean, mother? That place is dangerous enough. You can't go there, you might end up getting hurt. Instead, let me go instead of you. And so, Timun Emas went on a trip to Mount Gundul, and there she met the holy man. The holy man greeted her, saying, Timun Emas, you've come. You look just as beautiful as your mother described, and I see that she told you about her dream. Yes, in order to save you, you must bring these bags filled with cucumber seeds, bamboo shoots, salt, and shrimp paste. Now off you go. But when Timun Emas went back to her house, Buto Ijo was there, waiting. While her mother tries to stop him from going after Timun Emas, she looked at Timun Emas and said, take everything you have and leave. And then Buto Ijo saw Timun Emas running towards the wood and chased after her and said, shoving Mbok Sirni away. When he was getting close, Timun Emas grabbed the first bag and then she tossed it out. And it was filled with cucumbers. Buto Ijo sat down and ate everything in it. But then he realized that it was for distracting. So he chased after Timun Amas again. So then Timun Amas grabbed the second bag, and then she tossed out the bamboo shoot, and it became sharp thorns that pierced out his foot. He screamed, and after leaving the pain, he chased after her again. And then grabbed out the third bag and tossed it to the dirt, and became the mother of the sea. But turns out he can swim, and after that he chased after Timun Amas again. So Timun Amas grabbed the last bag, and then when she tossed it to the ground, it became a big swamp and deep enough to swallow Buto Ijo whole. Then he drowned. Timun Amas saw that Buto Ijo died, so she went back to her house. To see her mother, saying, Mother, Buto Ijo has died, and we can finally live happily ever after. But Bosini said, Timun Amas, you've come back, but are you hurt? Timun Amas shrugged and said, he's never going to bother us anymore. We're going to live peacefully from now on. And they did. They lived happily ever after. The end. Moral of the story is that you should never rely hope on someone else aside from Allah. Just like the 5th verse on Al-Fatiha. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. You alone we worship, and you alone we seek help. And second, you should be brave just like Timun Amas when she defeated Buto Ijo by herself. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Gaisangani and I'm from SMP Islam Al-Azhar 3 Bintaro. And today I want to tell you about a story about the greedy mouse. How can a mouse be greedy? Let's find out. Once upon a time, there is a mouse until one day he saw a basket full of corn. And then he said in his mind, if I want it, I have to get it. After that, he made a small hole in the basket. He swam to the hole, and guess what he saw? Of course, he saw a lot of corn. And then he ate all of the corn. He felt very full. But also, he was very happy. And now he wanted to come out. So he came out through the holes that he made. But he can't get out. Because of what? It's because his belly is bigger than the hole. The mouse started crying. Suddenly, a rabbit was passing by. And then he heard the mouse crying and asked the mouse a question. Why are you crying, my friend?
I made a hole in the basket and now I cannot get through the hole.
It's because you ate too much. Wait until your belly shrinks. The rabbit laughed and walked away. The mouse fell asleep. Next morning, his belly had shrunk, but then the mouse wanted to eat some more corn. After he ate, he felt so full once again. But then he thought, oh no, I will go out tomorrow. The cat was the next passerby. He mouse. He smelled the mouse. He lifted the basket. And then he ate the mouse. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now let's watch the performances from all of the participants from primary school.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nadia Uliangalahati. I'm from primary Kistu Serpong. I'm in grade 5. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about the legend of Roro Jonggrang. Once upon a time, in central Java, there were 2 kingdoms, Pengging and Prambanan. Pengging is a kingdom that led by Prabu Dama Moyo. Prabu Damar had a son named Bandung Bondowoso. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nadia Uliangalahati. I'm from primary Kistu Serpong. I'm in grade 5. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about the legend of Roro Jonggrang. Once upon a time, in central Java, there were 2 kingdoms, Pengging and Prambanan. Pengging is a kingdom that led by Prabu Damar Moyo. Prabu Damar had a son named Bandung Bondowoso. The people in that kingdom lived peaceful. On the other side, there was Prambanan kingdom that led by an easily angry king named Prabu Boko. Prabu Boko is the descendant of the monster. However, he had a very beautiful daughter named Roro Jonggrang. Prabu Boko wanted to colonize Pengging kingdom. Since he wanted to lead a larger kingdom, therefore he asked his assistant Patigupolo to call all of their soldiers. Patigupolo, call our entire soldier. We will attack Pengging kingdom today. All right, Your Majesty. After Prabu Boko arrived in Pengging kingdom, the war began. Hiat, hiat, hiat! At the end of the war, Bandung Bondowoso attacked Prabu Boko. Hey, you little kid! You want to attack me?
Come here. I'll show you my power. Whoa, you're so arrogant, King. All right, feel my power. Yeah! Then Numbonda also attacked Prabu Boko until Prabu Boko passed away. So, Bandung Bondowoso won in this war. He could win because he had a supernatural power. His soldiers were not only humans, but also deities. Those creatures always obeyed Bandung Bondowoso. They always do whatever Bandung Bondowoso asked them to do. Knowing that Prabu Boko passed away, Pati Gupolo immediately reported to Roro Jonggrang. Roro Jonggrang, your father loses in the war. What? Does it mean he died? Sorry to say, but yeah, he died. Oh no, my father, don't leave me alone. Suddenly, Roro Jonggrang heard footsteps coming to her. She's so scared. Then, she ran away. Bandung Bondowoso saw Roro Jonggrang run away. Stop! Where will you go? It's not your matter! You're so mean! How dare you kill my father! I'm so sorry! I didn't mean to kill your father. I'm just defending myself. I don't care! You killed my father! Alright, as my apology, I will propose you to be my queen, and I promise to protect you forever. Roro was so shocked. She will never accept a proposal from people that have killed the person she loves. But if she didn't accept it, Bandung Bondowoso will disrupt her kingdom. Then she had an idea. If you want to marry me, you have to build 1,000 temples just in one night. Could you? What? That's impossible. But all for you, my lady. Bandung Bondowoso called his genie army to help him build the temples. Genie, genie, come to me! Here! What can I help, Your Majesty? Call your friends and make me 1,000 temples just in one night. All right, Your Majesty. And the genies start building the temples. After a while, it's almost done. Roro Jonggrang is so panicked because she didn't want to marry Bandung Bondowoso since she knew that he is the one who had killed her beloved father. After thinking for a while, eventually she had another idea. She called all of her servants to collect straws and communate hates. My servants, can you help me to collect straws? For what, lady? To burn it and make light in the east as the sun is coming. Okay, lady. Oh yeah, we will communate hates to eat the chicken. Okay. They start burning the straws and community hates. Then the chicken wakes up and starts crowding.
also was very upset. The temple was almost done. He knew that this was just a trick from Roro Jongga. He came to Roro Jongga and saw what's happening. Roro Jongga, what do you mean with all of this? You want to reject my proposal, right? I have built 999 temples. Yes, only 999 temples, not 1,000, so you better. Sorry. No, it will be 1,000, because the last one will be you. Yeah! Suddenly, Brother Jongdan became the 1,000th statue that we can see in Prambanan temples. Yogyakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral value that we can learn from the story is don't be greedy and don't be arrogant even though we are strong and smart, because there will be other people who are stronger and smarter than we are. So, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The story of Malin Kundan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Muhammad Anafi Hafiz, but you can call me Hafiz. I am a student from Global Islamic School, East 2 Serpong, from class 4B. And today, I will be storytelling to you about a folktale from Indonesia. I have heard many folk tales and stories from across the world, but Indonesia's folk tales and stories just seem to fascinate me. The reason of that is because we can get moral values from these stories. So that is why, dear brothers, sisters, ladies, gentlemen, and the judges from the Albin Cup 2022 of storytelling, I will storytell to you about a folktale named Malin Kundan. Once upon a time, in West Sumatra, lived an old widow and her son named Malin Kundan. They weren't very wealthy at that time. They were actually extremely poor, and they lived in a hut in a village near the sea. Malin Kundan, when he was growing up, he was actually very skillful as a young boy. He always helped his mother to earn some money. But then, one day, Malin Kundan thought to himself, if I stay in this village for the rest of my life, I won't have a better life. I must look for a job and go overseas. So that's why he decided to go overseas and look for a job. His mother was very sad to hear it, but she knew he was right. so she agreed to let him go. Malin Kundan also promised her to come back. After Malin Kundan had left the village, Malin Kundan's mother regularly visited the beach every day. She would hope her son would come back, and at the night she would pray to her God for her son's safety. She even asked the captain if he saw her son or not. But she got no news about Malin Kundan. Several years had gone by after Malin Kundan's departure. Malin had gone very wealthier at that time and got a job. Malin Kundan also got married and has a wife now. And then one day, Malin Kundan decided to go back to his village. So, Malin Kundan started the trip back home. After a few days, Malin Kundan finally arrived. Someone arriving in such beautiful clothes was actually was uncommon to the villagers. So many of them went down to the harbor to view the sight. One of the villagers recognized Malin Kundan from a scar that Malin got when he was still young and was playing, and gotten a scar when he was playing. So the villager immediately went to tell Malin Kundan's mom. When Malin's mother heard the news, she was very excited to hear that. So she immediately went to the harbor and looked at and said to Malin Kundan, "Malin Kundan, you are home!" As Malin Kundan's mother hugged the young man. But Malin Kundan really did not believe that was his mother. And Malin Kundan's disbelief was heightened when Malin's wife asked why he had such a poor old woman. Malin Kundan's mother could not believe what she heard. "Malin, I am your mother." But instead of listening to her, Malin Kundan yelled and kicked and yelled at her. "Go away, old woman. My mother does not look like you." So, realizing her son's wickedness, and Malin's mother gave up on trying to get him to acknowledge her, and prayed to her God. Oh God, if he really is my son, punish him." Suddenly, there was a thunderstorm. Big waves hit the shore with a loud noise. They hit everything to big ships and coconut trees. The storm was a fierce one. Well, the storm had stopped in the morning, finally. But the villagers could see what the storm had done. Not far from the shore, there was wreckage that looked like ships and a passenger. People believed that it was Malin Kundan's ship. Whenever they got closer, they were shocked. Malin Kundan had turned into a rock while asking for forgiveness. So the moral of this whole lesson, of this whole story is to never disrespect your parents at any time of your life, because it is a big sin that should not be done, and the people who do this sin should be punished because they are doing it, and it is a big sin. We have to respect our parents, because in every religion, including mine too, we have to respect our parents and treat them well, even though they are at an old age. So we cannot say things like "oof" to your mom or dad, because it is very rude. Instead, say something nice or wise, or you can just help them out to be kind. So that is the end of the story. Thank you for listening to it. I appreciate it very much. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I hope you have a great day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Come closer, everybody, because I'm Marlene. I'm going to tell you a story entitled Puss in Boots. Then let's dig into the story. A long time ago, in the village of Carabas, there lived a young man named Marcus. His father has passed away just a few months ago, and his elder brothers didn't care for him because what he only had this time was just a cat. Meow. In desperation, Marcus stared at the trees nearby his hut until his pet cat that he named Puss talked to him. My great master told me that sad. I'll grant everything your wish, but in one condition, you must give me a pair of boots and also a bag for me. Puss begged with his crystal clear eyes. Then finally, they went to the market. When Puss got everything he wanted, grabbed his bag, then he went to the forest to catch some rabbits. Then he picked a rabbit to his gift for the king. My royal majesty, please, my lord Marquis of Carabas commanded me to give this rabbit for you, said Puss. The queen, the princess, and the king was really pleased with that gift. Oh, please say thanks to your master, because this was a precious gift, said the king. While the princess just giggled, looking how funny Puss in his boots. Puss in his boots? Do you want some sweet cream and milks? Well, I can give it to you as a sign of thanks for the rabbit gift, said the princess. Royal cook, please prepare the best sweet cream and milk that we have in this kingdom, said the princess. And for the rest for the afternoon, Puss in Boots enjoyed the dozens of bowls of milks and sweet creams. But he doesn't forget about his master, Marcus. So he gave this bag to his master. My master, here's our dinner, said Puss. When Marcus opened up that bag, whoa! A rabbit for dinner? It's fantastic, Puss. Thank you for being a good boy, said Marcus. Puss purred in happiness. The next day, Puss went to an ogre castle. Everybody in Carabas is so afraid of that ogre, but confidently, Puss knocked the door. Then the ogre opened the door for him. Ho, 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 ho! What do you want, little cat? You might want to know my shape-shifting ability? Well, come on in. I'll shape-shift into... Then the ogre shape-shifted into the fiery lion. Roar! The ogre roared. Meow! Please, little ogre, can you turn into my mouse as a proof? Begged the Puss. Well, he granted it. He turned into the little mouse. Meow! And Puss caught that mouse and swallowed it. Whoop! Puss just swallowed a giant, but in the shape of a little mouse. What a huge meal! When Puss felt his all of jobs are done, he commanded his master to go into the magical river beside their hut. While Marcus taking a bath, the royal family passed the river with the dogs will take the finest clothes for your master, said the king. Then, when Marcus got his clothes, he turns into a handsome prince. And the prince is so impressed of him. Aww. Then the king invited Prince Marquis of Carabas into his chariot. Then they went into the palace of Carabas. A few miles before the castle, they found some land workers. Then the king asked them, "Who do you work for this great land?" asked the king. All of them answered, "We work for Marquis of Carabas." They all answered because Puss in Boots already instructed them a few moments ago. The royal family is so impressed of the royalty and wealth that Marquis of Carabas has had. Then Marcus invited them to a lunch in a dining room. In the dining room, Marcus and the princess glanced bashfully, while the king and the queen glanced confidently. Then the king said, "Marquis of Carabas, please call me father instead of your majesty," said the king. What? Marquis of Carabas answered confusedly. Then the queen explains, "Marquis of Carabas, I sure that your and my daughter is meant together. Do you want to marry my daughter?" asked the queen. Marquis of Carabas is so happy. And then, shortly after that, Marquis of Carabas and also the princess married and lived happily ever after in this palace. But how about Puss? Finally, he got relaxed time because all of those heavy jobs that he done. The end. The moral value of the story is, be grateful of your parents' gift because they're trying their best to give you the best. And never be afraid to be yourself because your self-confidence is the best of yours. Thank you for listening to the story and farewell.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear judges and my beloved friends, my name is Rafa from SD Mentai. I am so happy to join this competition. Now, if you're happy and you're ready, clap your hands. If you're happy and you're ready, clap your hands. If you're happy and you're ready and want to listen to my story, if you're happy and you're ready, clap your hands. Okay, good, you're ready. Today, I'm gonna tell you a story about Timun Mas. Once upon a time, there was an old woman. Her name is Mbok Sini. Mbok Sini lived alone because she didn't have any kids. One day, she went to the forest to find some wood. Suddenly, she heard something. Boom! 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 Whoa! Oh! 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 Who are you? I am Buto Ijo. Then Buto Ijo gave her some seeds to plant. After saying thank you, Mbok Sini went home. At home, she planted the seeds. Day after day, the seeds grew quickly into a golden cucumber. Wow, so beautiful! I have so many golden cucumbers. Huh? What is that? I have to see it closer. When she got closer, she's so surprised. Wow, this cucumber is so big and lovely. I have to take it home. At home, she cut the cucumber. Again, she was so surprised. Huh? A baby? I'll take this baby girl as my daughter. Years after years, that baby girl grew into a beautiful girl.
namely Timun Mas. But one day,
give me Timun Mas. I am hungry.
Buto Ijo, why come now? Why don't come next year so Timun Mas will be more fat?
Okay, Marlene, I take your promise. Next year I will come and eat Timun Mas.
Then Mbok Sini met an old man.
Mbok Sini, if you want Timun Mas to be safe, ask her to run and give this badge to her.
After a year,
Give me Timun Mas. I am starving.
Timun Mas, please run! Buto Ijo gets angry. Buto Ijo chases Timun Mas. When Buto Ijo is near Timun Mas throws the first bag. Suddenly, it spawned a big cucumbers.
Whoa, so many cucumbers. I'll eat first. Yummy, come back.
Next, Timun Mas throws the second bag. Suddenly, it spawned big bamboos.
Ouch! 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 It hurts! Come back, you little kid!
Then, Timun Mas throws the third bag. Suddenly, it spawned a big sea.
Oh, this is the easiest part. Come back!
Finally, Timun Mas throws the last bag. Suddenly, it spawned a big mud.
Oh, help! Help!
Buto Ijo can survive. Buto Ijo died. Finally, Timun Mas can live happily ever after with Mbok Sini. From this story, I learned that I should keep my promise and never break the promise you have made. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum. Namaku Salma Saliha Askia. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you the story of the hairy toe. The title is, of course, Hairy Toe. Let me tell you the story. Once upon a time, there was an old lady in the woods digging up for her dinner. But then she saw something weird sticking out of the ground. It was a big, hairy toe. She was so excited. This is a good thing for eat it all up. So she took it and put it and went back to her little cottage. She got a plate, with a little bit of water, and then she put it and baked herself a big batch of hairy toe soup. She put it on the table and ate it. It was the best dinner that she had in weeks. So she went back to sleep with a full tummy. But somehow, there was wind around the whole cottage, and black clouds surrounding and covering up the whole moon. She didn't know what's happening, and then she heard a voice saying, "Hairy toe, hairy toe, I want my hairy toe." The old one was scared, so she got her pillow and covered it up all over her ears. But then the voice got thick. The fog got thicker, and then The voice got even more louder than she thought, saying, Hairy Toe, Hairy Toe, I want my hairy toe. The old one was scared with fear and actually boarded up out the door. Now she feels safe. She went back to bed, lied back down. But then there was a burst. The door burst out and flies off its hinges. Then she heard a big stomp coming into the room. Stomp, 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 stomp. It was a giant. The old woman peeked out of her blanket and hearing the giant saying, Hairy Toe, Hairy Toe, I want my hairy toe. The old woman stood up in bed and said, I ate your hairy toe. The giant said really carefully that, yes you did, said the giant. No one saw the old woman in years. The only evidence left was a giant footprint from the old woman's disappearance. Then, so the school title is SDIT Al-Irsyad Al-Islam Bandung. So, bye!
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Maritza Beta Sabrina. I'm come from SDIT Al-Irsyad Al-Islamiyah Bandung. Today, I'm gonna tell you a story about the legend of Zlacawarna. Long time ago, there was a kingdom in West Java. The kingdom was ruled by a king named Prabu. Prabu is a wise and kind king, but it was a pity that Prabu and his queen hadn't got any children. The queen often cried, and that's why Prabu went to the jungle. There, he prayed to God every day, begging for a child. Oh my God! You have given everything for me. But until now, you haven't given me a child. So please, God, show me and my wife your miracle. A few months later, the queen got pregnant. She was very happy. 9 months later, a princess was born. Prabu and queen loved their beautiful daughter so much. They gave whatever she wanted. But it made the princess turn into a very spoiled girl. One day, the princess celebrated her 17th birthday party. Many people gathered in the place. Then, Prabu took out a necklace which was made from gold and jewels. My beloved daughter, today is your birthday. May God always bless you. So, I give you this necklace. Please wear this necklace. I don't want to wear it, Dad. It's very ugly. Can you give me anything except this necklace? I'm pretty. It's impossible for me to wear it, Dad, shouted the princess. Then she threw the necklace. The beautiful necklace was broken. The gold and jewels were spread out on the floor. Everybody was very shocked. Oh my God! I never think that our princess will do that cruel thing, said a few of people. In their silence, people heard the queen crying. Every woman felt sad and began crying too. Then everybody was crying. Then there was a miracle. The earth crying. Suddenly, from the underground, a spring emerged. It made a pool of water. Soon, the place became a big lake. The lake finally sank the kingdom. Nowadays, people call the lake Zlacawarna. It means lake of color. These colors come from shadow of the forest, plants, flowers, and sky around the lake. But some people said that the color are come from the princess necklace, which spread at the bottom of the lake. So, the moral of the story, we have to be grateful and respect what people give to us. Don't be such a stubborn person. Even we have a privilege, we should be kind and humble. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm quick and smart as I can be. Try and try, but you can't catch me. I'm quick and smart as I can be. Try, but you can't catch me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, it's me again, Shaura. I'm from SS Salmanzar, 17, Bintaro. Well, today I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's a story of about Mousy and the crocodile. Let's check out the story. One day, Mousy was playing around near the river. After for some time, he felt thirsty. So he went to the river to take a drink. Walking, hop, hop, hop. Running. Now let's stop. Tiptoes, skip. Jumping. Now let's stop. So thirsty. Better go to the river. But he knew that the crocodile might be waiting underwater to eat him. So he said out loud, I wonder if the water's warm. I'm gonna put my leg in it so that I could find out. Of course, the mouse didn't put his leg into the water, but he grabbed a stick instead and put it into the water. Jump! The crocodile grabbed the stick and pulled it underwater. The mouse laughed. Ha 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 ha! Stupid crocodile! Don't you know the difference between a stick and a leg? So the mouse ran somewhere else to take a drink. The next day, Mouse wanted to go to the other side of the river. He wanted to eat all the yummy fruits there. And he saw a floating log. He knew that the crocodiles looked like a log when they floated. So he came up with an idea. You crocodile, 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 are you here? Said the mouse deer. Well, hello, mouse dear. Have you come to be my lunch? Said the crocodile. Oh, be pleased. Ha ha! Sorry, not today, crocodile. Well, I have some orders from the king. He wants me to count you guys, so you guys have an enough meal. Said the mouse deer. Whoa! Really? Are you sure? Okay, tell us what to do, said the crocodile. So, all you have to do is line up from this side of the river to get to the other side of the river.
Nambahin sedikit aja. Jadi kalau ya misalnya saya sih berharap kalau misalnya untuk
Then
kedepannya
the crocodile grabbed his friends and families to line up together. Come on, guys, let's line up. Hurry! After the crocodiles line up, the monster begins to count. Are you guys ready? Here I come. First, 1. Second, 2. Next, 3. Monster kept jumping until he arrives at the other side of the river. So, how many are there? Asked the crocodile. Just enough. Thank you and goodbye. The monster laughed as he ran to the forest, while the crocodiles looked upset. What? He tricked me again. Oh no! That's the end of the story. Moral value. Think smart. If there's will, there's why. There will be something that keeps you away from what you want. But don't give up. Just think and think. And then you will find a way that can lead you to your goal. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm quick and smart as I can be. Try and try, but you can't catch me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, dear judges, dear teachers and friends, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I hope everybody is healthy. Well, I'm Kara. Today I'm going to bring you a story. A wonderful story. And the title is Mouse Deer and the Crocodile. Let's start and enjoy. One day, Mouse Deer went down to the river. He wanted to take some drink. Walking, walking, hop, hop, hop. Let's stop. Jumping, jumping, hop, hop, hop. Let's stop again. I'm thirsty. Better I go to the river. But he knew that crocodile might be waiting on water to eat him. So he said out loud, I wonder if the water is warm. How about I put in my leg to find out? But Master didn't put in his leg. He picked up a stick instead and put one egg inside the water. And then, chomp! The crocodile grabbed his skin pool underwater. Master laughed. Ha ha ha! Stupid crocodile! Do you know the difference between a stick and a leg? Then Master ran off to drink somewhere else. Another day, Master went back to river. All he saw was just a floating block. But he knew that a crocodile looks like a block when they floated. So Master had an idea, and he said out loud, if this block is a crocodile, it won't talk. But if this block is really just a block, it will tell me. And then the crocodile listens. He says, I'm really just a laugh. Master laughed. Ha ha ha! Stupid crocodile! Do you think a laugh can talk? Then off he ran again. In the next day, Master wanted to cross river. He wanted to eat some tasty fruits and juice on the other side of the river. But he didn't want for crocodile to eat him first. So Master had an idea. He called out, Mr. Crocodile, are you here? Are you there? Hello? Hello, Master. Have you come to be my lunch? I'm really hungry right now. sorry, not today, Mr. Crocodile. But I have ordered from the king. He wants to invite all the crocodiles in this river to a party. And he wants me to cut off the crocodiles so he can prepare enough meal for you. Do you know what kind of meal? Some fresh meat. What? Really? The king? Said Crocodile. Okay, tell us what to do. You have to land up from this side of the river to the other side of the river. And then the crocodile got all his family and friends. Come on guys, hurry up! Let's line up! And then the crocodiles line up just like the Master said. Are you ready, crocodiles? Here I come! One. Master started to jump to the crocodile's back. Two. And then the next crocodile. Three. He keeps jumping until he arrives on the other side of the river. So how many are there? Enough. 5. Wait, 5? You forget something. You promised they'd bring some fresh meat. What? Fresh meat? Oh, the freshest meat. I didn't eat me. You're supposed to eat me. Okay? Thank you and goodbye anyways. Master laughed as he ran to the forest and singing his song. I'm quick and smart as I can be. Try and try, but you can't catch me. Meanwhile, Crocodile was really upset. Whoa, wait, no, he tricked me again. The end. Based on Hadith Muslim, Man gashana falaysa minna, which means whoever cheat are not part of us. So if you want to get something, think smart, but don't cheat like Master. I'm Shara and thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. tell you a folklore from Central Java. The title is A Lesson for the Tiger. A long time ago, all the animals had a king. Their king was the tiger. All animals were afraid of him. He was the strongest among all of them. He was also very mean. He would hit any animals when they disobeyed him. One day, they wanted to teach him a lesson.
Listen, friends, we need to find a way. The tiger is also cruel to animals, especially weak animals like me,
said the rabbit. I have an idea, said the mouse deer. The tiger isn't as smart as he looks. I think I can trick him, said the mouse deer.
How will you trick him?
Asked the rabbit. It's easy. You go and ask the tiger and say that I challenge him to a fight.
What? Are you serious? You cannot win,
said the rabbit. It's okay. I'm not really challenging him to a fight. It's all part of the plan, he continued. Later, the rabbit met the tiger and told the tiger that the mouse deer challenged him to a fight. What? Is this true? Okay. Tell the mouse deer that I accept his challenge. I will beat him so easily, said the tiger. He was really arrogant. Later, the tiger went to the big tree and met the mouse deer. The mouse deer was staring at the branches of the big tree. Hey, mouse deer! I heard you challenged me to a fight. Well, come on! I'll fight you right now! Screamed the tiger. But the mouse deer didn't move at all. The mouse deer was still staring at the branches of the big tree. Mouse deer, are you deaf? The tiger was really angry. Shh, be quiet, said the mouse deer. What? You asked me to be quiet? The tiger didn't really understand. Yes. You see that big round thing in the branch? I had a dream. An owl told me that the big round thing can give me powers. He continued. The problem is, I cannot jump or climb the tree to get that thing. Really? Are you sure? The tiger asked. Well, I am the king, and I deserve that power. So, I want you to get out of here. Otherwise, I will hit you, said the tiger. The mouse deer pretended to be scared. He immediately ran away. Meanwhile, the tiger climbed the tree. The tiger tried to get the big round thing. Little did the tiger know, the big round thing in the branches of the tree was actually the beehive. When the tiger finally got the beehive, the tiger fell to the ground. The bees were all mad. They immediately stung and attacked the tiger. The bees were all mad because the tiger already broke their home. The tiger couldn't fight back. The tiger was in great pain. Ugh. He asked the other animals for help. Unfortunately, the other animals didn't want to help him. The tiger finally made it to the river after that. He swam and he survived. He realized the mistake. After that, the tiger became a very wise king. Ladies and gentlemen, in Surah Luqman, Ayah 18, Allah says, "And do not turn your cheek on other people, and do not walk on the earth haughtily. Surely, Allah does not like arrogant people." From this story, we can learn to always appreciate people, be grateful for the things that Allah give us, and always say good things. That would be all for me. Thank you for listening to my story. I am sorry if there are any mispronunciations, mistakes, or even misspellings. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All praise is only for Allah. Salat and salam for Rasulullah. Hello everybody. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Devon Gibran. I'm grade 4 and from SD Islam Al-Azhar 15 Pamulang. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, today people like to live individually. They really don't want to bother other people's business. Some people live on cities in apartment building. Even though they are in such a crowded place, they rarely meet other people. Actually, less people care about each other. Based on that fact, today I would like to tell the opposite. I would like to tell a story on how we can prevent life loss on natural disaster by working together and caring about each other. This story is an Indonesian folklore originated from Salatiga, Central Java, Indonesia, that is called The Legend of Zlacawarna. Here is the story. In the bustling islands of Central Java lies a lake. Beneath its dark and murky water is a secret. But let's go through from the beginning. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who was poor, dirty and smelly. He came into a little village. He knocked at one of the village's door to ask for some food. Knock, knock. The boy knocked at the door. "Okay, I'm coming." A man answered from inside and opens the door.
Sir, please, can I have some food? I'm starving.
The boy asked. "No, and who are you? Get away from me, you dirty and smelly boy!" The man started angrily and kicked the boy. The little boy was understandably sad. Nobody cared about him. Nobody even wanted to help the little boy. So he went to another part of the village. There he met an old woman. Again, he asked her for some food. Knock, knock. The boy knocked at the old woman's door. "Who's there?" An old woman answered from inside and opens the door. "Come on!" "Oh, you poor little boy," said an old woman. "Grandma, please, can I have some food? I'll even eat a grain of rice." The boy pleaded. "I only have this bowl of porridge. Please have this," said the old woman, holding a bowl of porridge. "Oh, thank you very much, Grandma. You have no idea how much this means The little boy quickly ate up all of the porridge. Alhamdulillah, finally there was a generous old woman who gave him food and shelter for several days. And when the boy wanted to leave, she gave him a lasso, a big mortar for pounding rice. The old woman said, "Boy, it's time for you to leave, so please have this." The little boy is bamboozled and asked, "Ma'am, why do we need this lasso?" She reminded him, "Please, if there is ever a flood, you must save yourself. Use the lasso as a boat." The little boy is happy and thanked to the old woman and continued his journey to another town. When the boy knocked at one of the village door, knock, knock, no one answered. So he knocked at another one, knock, knock. Still, no one answered. Unfortunately, all of the house was empty. The little boy is so confused, so he checked all over the village. Finally, he found this massive crowd, and when he looked a bit closer, he found a stick stuck to the ground. Everybody challenged each other to pull out the stick. A man said that he can pull out the stick and test himself. This stick cannot be pulled. I'm the strongest man in this village, and I can't even pull out this stupid stick. I've wondered who can pull this thing out. The little boy stepped forward and said, Can I try? Everybody looked at him, and a man answered, "You're just a little boy. There's no way you can pull this stick out." Ha ha ha. Then the crowd started to laugh mockingly. Ha 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 ha. We all have tried, but nobody succeeded. Even you, just a little boy. Ha ha ha. What a joke. The crowd laughed again. When the boy wanted to test his luck, he slowly stepped forward and pulled out the stick so smoothly, even without breaking a sweat. Everybody was dumbfounded. Suddenly, the water spat off from the hole and starts flooding the village. The raging wave became bigger and bigger. Everybody started to run, scream, and yell, "Help! Help! And save yourself!" Ah! Then, the little boy used the lasso as a boat. But then, he remembered about the old woman, so he quickly rowed down to the old woman's house. "Grandma, please, grab my hand!" So, the old woman grabbed the little boy's hand, got into the lasso, and they both began to row to safety. Suddenly, the village was surrounded by water and became a humongous lake of unfathomable size. Its sheer length and width stretches for miles and miles, and its depth is outstanding. And that lake is now known as Rawapening Lake in Salatiga, Central Java, Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of today's story is that we must help each other. We must help the poor, help the rich, help the strong, help the weak, and help the people whom you know well or not. Because there is a saying, everything that we do, the good things or the bad things, they all are going to come back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening to my story. I hope you get to the message. Have a nice day, and may we all be good people. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Kunda. I'm from Islamic Elementary School of Al-Azhar 15 Pamula. And today I want to tell a story about the legend of Malin Kunda. A long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West Sumatra, lived a woman and her son, Malin Kunda. Malin Kunda and his mother had to live hard because his father had passed away since he was a baby. Malin Kunda was a healthy, diligent, and strong boy. He usually went to sea to catch fish. After having got fish, he brought it to his mother or sold it to the town. One day, when Malin Kunda was sailing, he saw a merchant ship being attacked and robbed by a band of pirates. With his bravery, Malin Kunda helped the merchant defeat the pirates. To thank him, the merchant allowed Malin Kunda to sail with him. "Young man, thank you for helping me." "My pleasure," replied Malin. "What is your name? Would you like to join my cruise?" asked the merchant. "I'm Malin. I'd love to. But I have to tell my mom. I'll go to my mom real quick and join you," answered Malin. Malin went to his mom and asked her permission. "Amma, I met a merchant and he wanted me to join him. May I sail with him? If I were rich, I will take you with me." Malin promised his mom. "Sure, Malin, I want you to be successful. I will be waiting for you." His mom replied. Malin Kunda agreed in the hope to get better life. He left his mother alone. "My son, how are you today? Here is a note from your mother. With me everything is okay. My son, how are you today?" A few years later, Malin Kunda became wealthy. He had a huge ship and a lot of crews who were clothing trading goods. He was also married to a beautiful woman. When he was sailing on his trading journey, his ship landed on the coast near a small village. The local people recognized that it was Malin Kunda, a boy from the area. The news ran fast in the town. Malin Kunda has become rich and now he is here. An old woman who was Malin Kunda's mother hurried to the beach to meet the merchant. She wanted to hug him to release her sadness of being lonely after a long time. When his mother came near him, "Malin, you are a big man now. I have waited for you for years. I'm your Amma." His mom tried to hug him. Malin Kunda, who was with his beautiful wife and his ship crews, denied that she was his mother. "Look at me, Malin. I'm your Amma." She had asked Malin Kunda to look at her. "I don't have mother like you. Go away," said Malin. "Onde mande, Malin. I'm your Amma. I miss you after these years. We had stayed here together before you left this village." The old woman kept reminding him, but he kept river. Right away, Dato, said the captain of the ship. The old woman became enraged and said, Marlene, if you don't apologize, I curse you to be a stone. Ha 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 ha. You are not only ugly, but you are crazy. I'm a very powerful man. No one, I mean nobody, can cause any harm to me. Ha 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 ha. When Kundan just laughed and set sail. Suddenly, a thunderstorm came in the white sea. It was wrecking his huge ship. All the passengers drowned into the sea. Except Malin, he was thrown out to a small island. He couldn't move his body. It was turning stiff. Why, he cannot move his body. He regretted denying his mother, but it was too late for him to avoid the curse. He had turned into a stone. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is that we must respect other people, old or young, poor or rich, ugly or beautiful. But most importantly, we must respect our parents, especially our mother. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned a very important lesson. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye, have a nice day, and see you again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Januari, langit bengras, pasosore pada asar. Kermejehna layung di langit koneng, endahna talaga warna. The origin of this talaga is told from generation to generation. Start from tears of the queen's sadness because of her daughter's arrogance. The honorable judges, friend, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Sulaimaindra Alfahrani. I'm from Elementary School 53, di Situ Bandung, West Java. And this time, I would like to tell you one of my favorite stories with a title, Zlacawarna. This story is from West Java. Are you ready to listen? Please enjoy. A long time ago, there was a prosperous kingdom named Kuta Tanggahan. Kuta means place, while Tanggahan means well-founded or solid. It was led by a king named Prabu Suartalaya and his wife called Queen Purba Mana. The people of Kuta Tanggahan was thriving and lived in peacefully. However, the king and the queen didn't feel content. The feeling something was missing since they had married for a long time. But they still hadn't got any children. It was made the royal couple was very sad. Some old man and woman who had suspected by Prabu asked the king to adopt the children. But Prabu and the queen didn't agree. No, thank you. But for us, our own daughter or son is better than adopted children, said Prabu. The queen was very sad. She often crying. That was why Prabhu decided to go. He went to the jungle and meditated praying to Almighty there. Oh God, please give me a child, asked the king. Every day he begged for a child. Until one day a magical voice said to him, King Swartalaya, it is you really want a child. The king answered with full of hope, Yes, that's right, answered the king. Now go back to your palace. I will grant your wish, said the magical voice. A few weeks later, a miracle happened. His dreams come true. The queen got pregnant. Prabhu and the queen was very happy. And also people around the kingdom. They also felt happy. 9 months later, a baby was born. It was a beautiful baby girl. Soon, they will name her as Gilang Rukmini. Prabhu and the queen loved their beautiful daughter so much. They gave whatever that she wanted. It was the young princess Gilang Rukmini turned into a very spoiled girl. When her wish couldn't be realized, she became very angry. She also sat bad often. A true princess wouldn't do that. If it thought the princess behaved badly, her parents loved her, so did the people in the kingdom. Day by day, the princess grew more beautiful. No girls can be compared with her. In a day, the princess will be 17 years old. So, people of the kingdom went to the palace. They brought many presents for her. The present gift was very beautiful. Prabhu collects the presents. There were so many presents. Then Prabhu stored them in a building. Sometimes he took them to give for his people. Prabhu only took some gold and jewels. Then he brought it into his goldsmith. Please, make a beautiful necklace for my daughter, said Prabhu. My pleasure, Your Majesty, replied the goldsmith. The goldsmith worked with all of his heart and his ability. He wanted to create the most beautiful necklace in the world. Cheers were louder and louder when the princess appeared with her fabulous, pretty face. Everybody admired her beauty. Prabhu got up from his chair. A lady gave him a small and comfortable little chair. A beautiful necklace was on it. Prabhu took the necklace. My beloved daughter, today I'll give this necklace to you. This necklace, it was a gift from the people of the country. They love you so much and the president needs to express their happiness because you have grown into a woman. Please, wear this necklace, said Prabhu. The princess accepted the necklace and looked at the necklace in a glance. I don't want to accept this! It's ugly! Shouted the princess. Then she threw the necklace. Beautiful necklace had broken. Gold and jewels spread out on the floor. Everybody couldn't say anything. They never thought the beloved princess will do that cruel things. Nobody spoke. In their silence, they hear the queen crying. Every woman felt sad and began to cry too. Then everybody started crying. Then there was a miracle. Earth was crying. Suddenly, from underground, a spring emerged. It was with a pool of water. The place was getting full. Soon, the place became a big lake. The lake sank all of the kingdom. Nowadays, the water on the lake is not full as before. It's only a small lake now. People call the lake Zlacawarna. It means lake of color. It's located at Puncak, West Java. On a bright day, the lake was full of color, so beautiful and amazing. These colors come from the shadows of forests, plants, flowers, and the sky around the lake. But some people say that these colors come from the princess necklace which spread at the bottom of the lake. From the story, we can take moral lesson that we must should behave well to everyone, be polite for your parents and others. So everyone, that is all my story about Zlacawarna. I hope you loved this story. Thank you for your attention and I hope you enjoyed this story. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
That's all the performances from all the participants. Thank you for watching, and for the result will be announced on Saturday at Coaching Albin Cup 2022. Thank you for participating and see you next year. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.